I want to thank President Kelly and Dr. Soriano for their leadership in the face of the virtual destruction of the National Science Foundation and the demoralization and mistreatment of NSF's workforce. The letter transmitted to my office yesterday lays out the facts. The NSF, under the direction of President Trump, is taking a sledgehammer to what was once a world-leading scientific agency. Grants have been canceled to align with the president's cynical political agenda. Appropriated money is being illegally withheld. Hardworking NSF employees have been fired or coerced into leaving. And the NSF is getting evicted from its headquarters with no relocation plan in place. These are all true and horrifying statements, and yet, for fear of reprisal, these cold, hard facts are being submitted to my office as a protected whistleblower disclosure. It's a deep shame that expressing support for NSF's mission and calling attention to how recent actions betray that mission needs to be done in this manner. But the Trump administration has shown that it will retaliate against anyone who dares to place their civic duty and their oath to the Constitution above the president's mission to dismantle everything that has made this country great. For 75 years, NSF has made the country a destination for students, innovators, Nobel laureates, and in just over 6 months, this administration has torn that to shreds. Researchers with NSF grants can no longer trust that their funding won't be yanked away as President Trump continues his war against any ideas and institutions that don't align with his very narrow worldview. Dedicated civil servants, including people like Dr. Soriano, who have advanced degrees and want to use their expertise to contribute to our federal scientific excellence, are being mistreated day in and day out. They have a front row seat to how President Trump and his political goons are breaking the law, breaking the spirit of civil servants, and breaking the trust of our scientific community. I thank the 149 signers of the whistleblower disclosure for their bravery and their patriotism. There's no higher fulfillment of the oath you took to the Constitution than to speak out against these terrible actions. I promise I will do all I can to protect you, your agency, and to protect the scientific enterprise in the United States. And with that, I want to thank you and turn first to President Kelly.
Well, thank you, Ranking Member Lofgren, to my brother, Jose. My name is Eric Kelly, and I am the National President of the American Federation of Government Employees, standing here in solidarity with our members at AFGE Local 3403 and the dedicated public servants of the National Science Foundation. This plainly, what's happening at NS, not just for federal workers, but for the future of science, education, and American innovation. In recent months, we've witnessed a politically motivated attack on one of the most respected science agencies in the world. Over 1,600 research grants canceled, billions in funding illegally withheld, career civil servants fired without cause, program with bipartisan mandate gutted overnight. This isn't dreamlining. This is sabotage, driven by interlogs and not evidence. Let's be clear. These attacks on NSF are part of a much broader campaign to dismantle the merit-based civil service, replace expertise with obedience, and turn independent agencies into partisan tools. If they can do this to NSF, a nonpartisan science agency, they can do it anywhere in government. Our federal workforce exists to serve the American people, not the political whims of any one administration. The law guarantees their protection, and we will defend it. To our friends in Congress, our oversight is not optional. It's your duty. Reinstate the wrongfully terminated employees, investigate the unlawful impoundment of funds, and protect the legal rights of civil servants who have dedicated their lives to public service. Science is not the enemy. Government workers are not the enemy. The real threat is unchecked power and political interference in places where facts, not fictions, must lead. AFGE stands ready to fight alongside NSF workers and every federal employee against these abuses. We will not stand by while the foundation of civil service, science, and democracy are dismantled. We will stand, we will fight, and ultimately, we will win because the American people is behind us. Thank you. And now I'd like to turn it over to my brother, Dr. Jesus.
Thank you, friend President Kelly, for your support of the civil service and science. Good afternoon. My name is Jesus Sereno, President of AFGE Local 43. Represent several science and evidence-based agencies, but mainly for the purpose of this event, the National Science Foundation. Yesterday, I delivered a letter to Representative Lachlan appealing the mission of the National Science Foundation. Employees are raising the alarm about the systematic dismantling of our world-renowned scientific agency. Our members are scientists, program officers, world-class research administrators. They are facing an unprecedented assault. We've lost more than $1 billion in grants that have been terminated because they have their wrong words, like black, like woman, like Latino, like LGBTQ, etc. 10% of our workforce was forcefully and unlawfully terminated in February. And since then, thanks to the forks and knives that the administration is using against science and civil service, we've lost already a third of our workforce. Monies have been not only cancelled, but held, and the scientific enterprise is suffering. But we are not backing down. A few days ago, employees from the Environmental Protection Agency, another venerable science-based agency, dare speak. The administration then suspended 144 employees in retaliation. Well, yesterday, in our letter to Ranking Member Lachlan, for each EPA employee suspended, one NSF scientist stood up to say enough is enough. We will not be silenced while the administration destroys America's global leadership in science, innovation, and entrepreneurship. We are not backing down. We are mobilizing like ever before. We are documenting retaliation, supporting and demanding accountability. People who have never spoken out before stand shoulder to shoulder to protect one another, to defend the integrity of science, and most importantly, to defend the communities